Hi, I want to welcome you to T Rose Quilting. My name is Jennifer.
And I'm Taylor.
We have a really exciting milestone to celebrate today. What's that?
It's our 1-year anniversary on YouTube.
So we are really excited to share our progress and details of what we've been up to and our plans for the upcoming year. We are also excited because we are closing in on
1,000 subscribers.
Since we have a lot of new subscribers and we're celebrating a big milestone, we decided to do 10 giveaways on this video instead of our one. So stay tuned to the very end when we do that if you're interested. But our winner from our last video is
Ann Robertson 8890.
Congratulations, Ann. Taylor, what does she need to do?
DM us on Instagram.
All right. We want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, and I thought it'd be fun to first start off with some Mother's Day quilts. The first one is one that my mother made for me when I was a young girl. She took the leftover fabrics from a dress that I had and made me a special quilt from it. We're going to post a picture at the end of me in said dress. Taylor's going to show you the quilt that my mother made me. She was a new mom and didn't have a lot of money, so she had to use scraps and do the best that she could with what she had. This is the part of the dress, this fabric right here, the white one with the little floral on it, and then she tied it. And I've always thought it was so sweet, and I'm glad I still have it to this day. I find it funny that when Taylor just held that quilt up, she says, it smells like it's been rotting in a basement or from the, what did you say?
1900s.
So it's an old quilt.
Yeah.
I will have you know though, it does sit in a hutch. So it is being cared for. The next one is a quilt that I made Taylor, her very first one. She's gonna hold it up and show it to you. I got it as a kit. I pieced it, very simple. The quilting design on it was done by my quilters. And now when I look at it, my corners are terrible. I can't even believe it. I don't know if you can see that, but those do not match up. So I'm happy that I have made some progress in my quilting journey since I first did that. My next one is a quilt I made for my son. He was really into superheroes when he was younger, which makes sense. So I made him a superhero quilt, and at the top I put with my sewing machine, superhero quilted. And he went through and helped me pick out all of the superheroes. And since he was a little kid, I made him a small one to snuggle on the couch. And this one on the edges, I embroidered all the different superheroes. Taylor, will you show a close-up of that? Of all the superheroes I have there. And then on the back of the quilt, I have a really soft black minky on it. And my son loved the silky edge of the quilt on the binding. So I made sure both quilts had a silky binding on it. And he loved to run his fingers over all the embroidery on the edge of it. Now, when he sees it, he likes to laugh about it because he's not sure Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actually considered superheroes. Or what was the other one, Taylor? Oh, Buzz Lightyear. There was a few he really had to question that he picked out as a young man. But I think it's pretty cool and special, and he still talks about his superhero quilt. was excited to look back on my progress, and I found that I finished 34 pieces last year, which is super invigorating because then it motivated me to work on my whips. Now, I had 26 works in progress over the year, and I'll be carrying 9 of those over. So that's not too bad.
The amount of finishes I've had over the year is 44. The amount of whips I've had this entire year is 17, and I'm carrying 7 over.
Not bad, Taylor. I first wanted to start off talking about one of my favorite designers, Kim Deal, and the progress I was able to make. I was able to complete 12 of her quilts over the year. Taylor's gonna start showing them off really quick. The first one is Laundry Day. I love Kim Deal's quilts because they're so attractive, they're pleasing, delightful, they're really small, easy to make. This one here is Hen House. And you'll see, you can attractively display these on your countertops, on your table, anywhere. Very easy. I mean, there are small pieces, and as Grandma Barbara says, not everyone is interested in small pieces because sometimes the small ones are almost as hard as the big ones. Okay, that is Idaho Lily, and sorry, the one before that was Lickety Split. All right, this is Autumn Tapestry. And then there's an Autumn Tapestry alternative version. This is Charm School. And Don and Marva have quilted all of these for me. They have done a great job. I've always been impressed. This one here, Wash Tub Garden, was very challenging for them because of the yo-yos. They had to take off the foot, move the machine, put the foot back on to start over again when they went over the yo-yos because the foot would actually catch on the yo-yos. So it took them, I think just that one, almost 3 hours. This one is smack dab in the middle. My smallest one that they did a great job on, Cross Purposes. Oh, okay, I guess there is one quilt Don and Marva didn't do, and that is this one, the Hearthside Seasoned Snowman. We have Morning Glories, and this is the last one that I have of hers completed. I do have 2 whips, which you'll shortly see, which are Welcome Wagon and Berry Blossoms. So thank you, Taylor. I appreciate your help with that. I hope you enjoyed just seeing a quick run through of all of them. Some of the quilts you just saw, I did not actually start them in the last year. Some of them have been going almost a decade or more in progress, but that's okay. It's better just to keep working on them. Slow and steady wins the race, right? My Aunt Karen told me to leave all my quilts as is because some of them, as I progressed as a quilter, I realized my seams weren't matching up perfectly or I was unhappy with some things, and she said, no, you want to leave the imperfections and the mistakes there so you can see your progress. And so when I look at some of these quilts, I do see mistakes, but I am happy that I left them and finished them as is, and I can see my progress. I am excited to show you my one finished quilt since we last met. This is Cottage Linen. Taylor actually picked out the quilting design on this. Taylor, will you show a close-up of it, please? She was going for a cottage core theme, and so she thought when she first saw this quilt before it was quilted that it was rather boring and not very interesting, but she felt with the pink quilting of the butterflies that it really added something, and now she loves the quilt and actually wants it. So I was like, oh, it kind of had quite the turnaround there. But this is a fabric line from Brenda Riddle. I was able to finish one quilt top, which is my Cherry Cobbler quilt, and I love how it turned out. I'm so happy with it. Taylor's gonna come up with a close-up so you can look at some of the fabrics. I am hoping to have this completely quilted and finished before our next quilt tube. I am currently waiting on the backing right now, so that's why I can't finish it. But I do have the binding here. This is going to be the binding with it. And I love this border fabric. It's from Lake House. It's fabulous. But unfortunately, she doesn't make any fabric anymore, or I would be buying it all. I'm going to go through all the whips that I'm carrying over and talk about the progress, or lack of progress thereof, that I've had. The first one is my longest Kim Deal whip here, which is my Welcome Wagon by Kim Deal. This one is in a holding pattern right now because I have to wait for my mother to come back and tell me if this border is staying on or not. Thank you everyone who commented on our last video about whether we should keep that border or not. When she comes, we're going to decide, and then I'll be able to give you a progress report. My next whip is a Kim Deal one that I'm carrying over. It's called Berry Blossoms, and I have been able to make the border strips for it. There are 4 of them. Now I have to do the applique blocks in the center. So I'm pretty excited to be working on that and hope to have some progress on our next video. My next whip is Kitty Quilts. It's out of the book Victoria Girls, Patriotic Quilts and Rugs of World War II by Minnick and Lori Simpson. And so I had already had 5 of the blocks finished. Taylor is showing you all the ones that I just finished since the last time we met. I have found the red work very enjoyable to do. Taylor, if you'll show, this is the latest one that I'm working on, my very last one. I'm so close to having all the embroidery done on this and be able to start the piecing. I'm pretty excited about it. Here is a picture of what one of the blocks will look like. The next whip is a brand new one that you haven't seen before called Dragons. Grandma Barbara sent me the beginning of the kit. Taylor's going to show you the center panel. I think it's a quilt that I normally wouldn't have made, but she said my son needed a dragon quilt, and once I started looking at it, it was pretty cool. Here are the outer blocks. Taylor's going to go through those. Barbara had sent me some of the leftover fabric she had, which didn't have enough to do the entire quilt. And when I started, I cut the panel wrong, and I couldn't believe it. So I had to order another center panel, and since I was already ordering that, I decided I would just get the rest of the fabrics that I need for it. I have everything cut out now and ready to start piecing. I was waiting for most of my fabric, which just happened to show up. So I'm hoping to have some progress by our next video on that one. My next whip is one you have not seen. This is a Hoffman digitally printed panel. It's a Halloween one. I have this quilt already done, but I have a friend who wants it. It's called Supernova Seasons, and Taylor helped me pick out the backing fabric. This one is going to go to Don and Marva, so it is just patiently waiting its turn in line. Another Hoffman digitally printed panel that is patiently waiting its turn in line for quilting by Don and Marva here is my Supernova Seasons Witch, and I have the backing now pieced and ready to go, so I'm a little ahead of schedule. My Blackbird Patriotic Quilt is still in time out. It's making no progress because it's still giving me problems. So I'm just going to keep this on the back burner, and I figure sooner or later it's going to take off. So don't give up on this one. Hopefully at some point in the next year, you'll be able to see some progress made on that. My Mother's Things Above quilt is not made any progress yet because I had to wait for my background fabric and my backing fabric, but I have both of those now. This is part of my brother's and mine's Mother's Day gift to my mom. So now I have everything I need to get started on that. I'm feeling a little guilty about my laundry basket quilts panels, which I have made no progress on, but have you seen her Mother's Day quilt that she's been advertising? I was so tempted to get that one. So tempted, but I did not. But that one was really calling to me. Adita does the most amazing work. So I'm like, I need to get back to my panels and start finishing those. Last time, Taylor showed off some of her embroidery. And now that I'm almost done with my red work, I thought it'd be fun to start something else. My friend had completed this stamped cross stitch kit, and I saw it and thought, I love it. It is vintage, it's older. I thought it was really neat. It comes with the floss, everything I need. I thought it would be perfect for a vacation project. I consider it, I know it's called stamped cross stitch, but I really consider that more embroidery. So I'm looking forward to that. And then since I was ordering on eBay, I also found this one. It's a rose lap quilt. It didn't come with any floss, so I will have to pick out my own floss, but that will be kind of fun to do my own colors. I enjoy showing you some of the samples that I make for Salli's BackPorch fabrics. Here is her first one. This one is by Jay Wickerfish from Riley Blake Designs, and I can't wait to see what I'm able to do with this. The next shop sample is the costume maker panel, and I'm hoping to have him done in time for Halloween. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but I think he is going to be fabulous when he's finished. Talking about Salli's shop, it was actually pretty cool because Sister Chicks Quilting just recently did a live video walking through Salli's shop in Shoshone, Idaho. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out as she goes around exploring Salli's little shop. Behind us today, I have my version of a Mimi quilt. This pattern is for sale at Quilted Angel in Petaluma, California. And there's a couple different variations I have of it. Taylor's going to show you my first variation of the Mimi quilt. I tried to go with a soft feminine palette. The second one is Grandma Barbara's version, and she used a lot of the Kim Deal fabrics, and you have seen this one before on our quilt tube. So you can get an idea of the different looks. We're gonna hold up both so you can compare the three. It's kind of fun to see all the different ways a quilt pattern can turn out depending on the colors you use. Finally, I wanted to show you something I found. I recently went into kind of a vintage antique junk store, and I was able to find this Flow Blue cheese dish. When I walked in and saw that, I was like, ah! So excited. I never see something like this just laying out in the open waiting for me. I love Flow Blue. My mother got me started on it, and it's so rare to find these pieces. They're very popular, so you don't see them a lot. And I couldn't believe a cheese dish because you know I love cheese dishes. You've seen a bunch of them, so I had to show you my latest find. All right, it's finally Taylor's turn. Are you ready to show us what you have been up to?
Yes.
She's been very patient as her mother has been showing off all her work. And we have a mountain off camera that you cannot see that has just been falling over, sliding. Taylor had to start another pile. We pretty much brought my entire quilting room upstairs for you to be able to see everything. And Taylor's like, are you done yet, Mother? So I hope I haven't bored you with all of my works in progress. All right, Taylor.
So I'm going to show you the 7 whips that I've carried over into the next year. So first I've had this little goose head, and honestly it's just really ugly and it's got really bad yarn, and so I think I'm just going to like throw it away and restart if I feel like it. So goodbye, goose. Next we have a bat that I think I've had a work in progress for like 9 months now, but I've just got all these pieces, and honestly I have to do one where I have to make like flat, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's not rounds, it's rows. And honestly, it's just really bad yarn, and so I'm like struggling with it, and it's really hard. So this one, I'm never in the mood to do, so I don't know when I'm gonna get this done, but hopefully eventually.
No guilt.
Yeah. Now we have my llama. This one I tried to do for my brother to crochet him something, and he wanted a llama, but honestly the legs are just super hard and I could not figure it out. And again, it was bad yarn because my first batch of yarn I got was like all bad quality stuff. So this one is an advanced one, so I'm going to come back to it when I feel like struggling. I don't know, but hopefully I do want to finish this one day. Now I made one granny square and I don't know if this one's gonna like go on something or if I'm just gonna make more granny squares, but my mom really wants me to make her a bag or quilt and I'm just not committed to that right now. So this one's just a work in progress.
I will have to patiently wait.
Then my forget-me-not flowers. I honestly put them in the bottom of the whip basket and totally forgot about it. Honestly, this is kind of the basket of doom. Once it goes in here, it stays for at least a couple months. So yeah, I've just kind of forgotten about these and haven't gotten around to it. Then the last whip I have is my little penguin that I talked about. Again, it went in the basket of doom and I just forgot about it. I thought I finished it a long time ago, but it turns out it's been here the whole time. So honestly, this one I think I'll finish soon. Now on to what I've done over the past 6 weeks. So I have this little whip, Winnie the Pooh. I finally got his eyes because I didn't like how the circle ones looked, but I need to super glue them in since I kind of did the head without it, but we ran out, so I need to wait for that. And then I can crochet in his little ears and he's all done. Now all my finishes. So I made another little mushroom boy and I think he's really cute. I'm just really annoyed because when I compared it to the last one, I realized that I didn't make the seeds go all in different directions and I made it look really like straight up and down for the other one. So it bothers me that they're different in that way, but otherwise I really like him. So this is the one I made first and then this is the one I did. So this one's just got tighter stitches. The seeds are different and there's something else. Oh, and on the hat, this one's way more swoopy than this one, so I don't know what I did, but it's okay. I'm probably going to make another one in the future and I'll try again. Now onto a whip I showed a really long time ago. I finally finished my clownfish. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it actually was to finish this, but I literally did these little fins within like 10 minutes, so I don't know why I let it in the basket so long, but it's really cute now that I finished it. Now I'm trying to do a little bit of market prep. I don't know if it's going to go very well, but I've been making a lot of like duplicates of things, so I decided to make another little chick with a hat, and I decided to do light pink, so I think this one's really cute. I was at my friend's house one day and I wanted to crochet something, but I wasn't really in the mood for anything, so I just made this cute little like semi-mini, but like not full size but not mini, little bobblebee because his wings are bobbled instead of sewn on. And the last thing I've made is this little like duck chicken thing. Honestly, I just don't have emerald green to make like the other type of duck, and I saw this color pattern, so I decided to do this one, and I still think it's really cute.
Okay, I hoped you enjoyed getting an update on everything we've been up to and what we're going to be working on. Again, we want to say thank you to everybody who's joined us. We've really enjoyed this opportunity to do our quilt tube for the last year. Everybody has been so pleasant. It's really been a delightful experience for Taylor and I. Wouldn't you agree, Taylor?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So we want to say goodbye. If you are interested in the giveaways, stick around. Otherwise, we'll talk to you later. Now to the giveaways. We have 10 of them. If you want to win one of them, you need to be a subscriber and you're going to need to leave a comment with the number. We're going to go 1 through 10. You're going to need to write it out. If you want all of them, you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. You cannot put all. We use a random comment generator, and so you're going to need to either write out one or use the number. Okay, our first one is number 1.
Helix design card.
Number 2 is
Easy Does It design card.
Number 3.
Honey Buns design card.
Number 4.
Nebula design card.
Now this one is actually where you put a panel in it and you cut it up. I think this isn't the best picture. I think that one is actually a really good pattern. It just doesn't look so good on the card. Number 5 is
Bohemia design card.
Okay, number 6 is Ghoul Friends by Teresa Kogut, and this is going to be a half-yard cut. Number 7.
Jacko Daisy applique pattern.
Number 8.
Lucky Daisy's applique pattern.
Number 9.
Rocky Mountains applique pattern.
Number 10 is
Washington's cherry basket pattern. Let me pull that a little closer. There you go.
Okay, so best of luck to everyone. Please feel free to enter. We're looking forward to everybody responding and letting us know what you think of all of our progress and what's to come. Bye.
Bye.